Alright, this is going to be video 1 of 3. This is 31 Township, 26 South, 20 East, Tallahassee Meridian, Pasco County. It's 640 acres granted to the Jacksonville Tampa Key West Railway Company pursuant to 2 acts of Congress. One September 28th, 1850, and this one here of May 17th, 1856. Okay, this is the attorney that I hired to do the title search on that section. It's of the odd number sections granted to the state of Florida to be used for railroad purposes and no other purposes whatsoever. Railroad subsidy grants. This is going to be the true chain of title. Okay, so the grant was in presente. We don't even need the land patent. The state of Florida needed this land patent. This is a certified copy of Tampa swampland patent number 32 for the Tampa district. Now this lays out the terms, the restrictive terms that this is. It talks about September 28th, 1850, and the May 17th, 1856 acts of Congress. It lays out what the state of Florida, the restriction that the state of Florida must adhere to. Hey, this was dated like April or May of 1884, after the railroad fulfilled the terms of its contract. Okay, the state of Florida had to adhere to the contract. It had to a condition precedent to these lands was that it had to be used for railroad purposes and no other purposes whatsoever. So the state of Florida, under the General Corporations Act of 1874, created the Tampa, Peace Creek, and St. Johns River under 1879. Okay, an act to provide and encourage a liberal systems, January 6, 1855. This lays out the terms of the grant. Okay, these sections were granted under this. Well, actually, it's granted under the Congress, but this is what the state of Florida came up with. So they delegated to this company to build the railroad, and for payment, it was to receive these 10,000 acres per mile of track laid. So they ended up with 1.5 million acres. You see here, this is page 152, the state of Florida plat books, and it says here, title derived from the United States by patent number 32, dated October 27th, 1884. Okay, so that's that deed, this deed that I just showed you. Okay. This is Internal Improvement Fund 12958 to the Jacksonville Tampa Key West Railway Company, December 18th, 1890 or 1884. Okay, so that will be the second. After the railroad fulfilled the terms of the contract, this was issued to the state of Florida. It lays out the restrictions that the state of Florida must adhere to. So then the state of Florida had to certify to the railroad the certified copy of 12958. This is the state of Florida certifying to the Jacksonville Tampa Key West Railway Company. This is all part of the granting deed. Okay, so after the railroad got it certified to them, now you have you have all of the funders, which are the stockholders and the creditors of the Jacksonville Tampa Key West Railway Company. So this is going to represent the third conveyance. This is going to show you who the title holders are. Now this is the funded debts of the said company as of 1897. These are a list of the possible outstanding debts. and it consists of some of the bonds that I own. So these are the possible tenants in common. It's a non-operating railroad, and the default form of ownership is tenants in common among the stockholders and creditors. So each one of these owns a pro rata share of the property, which ended up to be 1.5 million acres. Okay, here is a published ad for the railroad. It talks, yada 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 yada. Let's see here. Here is a letter from the original incorporators, which was William Van Fleet and some other guy, Parslow, A.H. Parslow, Tampa, Florida. Dated 1880. This is a year after they were incorporated. The letterhead. It talks about 1,000 acres per mile. It's actually 10,000 acres per mile. So that is where it ends. It went into receivership in 1883 after they got their mortgage for $4 million on 4,000 bonds. So you have the restrictive patent from the United States. You have the state of Florida certifying to the said railroad that 640 acre section. This is partial 6. It consists of 17,000 acres, including the property at Bar. And then, now that we know that it went to the railroad, then you have the incorporators of the railroad. These haven't been satisfied. I own the uncanceled bonds. When they're canceled, they get cut, they get stamped, they get marked canceled. Instead of paying off, they did some, they just got rid of the creditors. I can do a whole 5 other videos on that, but I'm going to stop there. Just said, here is the plat book. Title derived from the United States by District Patent. You go down here, District Patent number 32. Okay, so that's going to be video 1. Oh, let me do this real quick. I'm going to show you the video link. Okay, this is an interactive map. Oh, here's the original. Here's a link to the original plat, 640 acres, 2620 East, Florida. This is the original copy of the original plat, and here is the interactive deed. You can click on that. It will take you. It'll ask you to download it, and then you can look electronically at deed number 12958. But here's the interactive map. And do this without a reflection. This is where the property is. Timber trace. Let's see here. Okay, so you click on that, and it thinks. Then it shows you who the title holder is. For county. There's the deed date. And then you come down here, and it shows the Jacksonville Tampa Key West Railway Company. So I'll send you that link, and this takes you to a bunch of numbers. So that's going to be video number 1.